Okay, lab 4 performance analysis. Hopefully you saw this coming. We all did GNU plot. I showed you how to take timings. Now we're going to actually instrument those timings on some example code. This is incredibly important. Wow, that due date is completely wrong. It'll be due a week from today. I will need to update that. I give you a bunch of code, actually 5 sample code problems, and I just want you to do the performance analysis, generate the graphs, and also tell me what the theoretical big O of each function is. Please write all your big O answers in one file. Don't distribute it. I would want to make a text file that says problem 1 is this big O, and problem 2 is this, problem 3, etc., etc. Now, when you tell me the big O, I highly recommend you tell me how you arrived at that big O. If you do tell me how you arrived to it, if you got it wrong, I will probably give you partial credit. If you just write down the wrong answer, you will get no credit. All right? So if you can give me at least some words saying that, hey, look, I saw, looked like a O of n inside of a function that was running n times, so it's probably n squared. But it ends up being that the internal function was log of n and not O of n, I'll give you half credit because at least you got the it's running n times part, right? But if you just say n squared and it was something else, that doesn't give me anything. All right, so generate the graphs in the big O. It's due a week from today. Let's jump over to the code. So source main.cpp. Let me go ahead and make this nice and big. All right. Hey, problem 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you have 5 functions, and the question is, what is the big O of each of these functions? I've started you off with the main. I wrote each of the 5 functions. Don't change the problem functions. I gave you those because you're trying to test these. Now you're probably going to need to copy and paste the timing code inside of main. I'm letting you do that. Notice that you are going to have to adjust I for it to make some sense when you run it. And then generate the performance graphs just like we showed earlier. I highly recommend creating a makefile, but if you want to do it all by hand this time, that's actually not a bad case because it'll get you used to how you use the terminal, how you use these commands, and it'll be good practice. Or you can make a makefile. Either will work. One thing about these functions is notice that some of them call other functions, sum of 1 to n, which is going to be inside of a different function. Did I not give you a makefile? I totally didn't give you a makefile. Which is going to be inside of sums.cpp. And here's all the other types of sums that we have. And this one, I recall now why I don't give you a makefile, because in general, when this assignment is assigned, I haven't graded the makefile assignment yet, but due to the hurricane, that's actually happened. But in this case, do go ahead and create a makefile of your own. It's good practice, but you'll see very soon, like for lab 6, I will start handing you makefiles because it's just going to make everyone's life a lot easier. All right, so here's some support functions. Here's the main function, and I just want you to test, so run some numbers, give me a graph for each of the 5 problems, and then a file explaining me what the big O is. Probably if you do your graphs right, it probably will pop out a little bit, give you a good hint about what the big O is. But make sure you do the analysis because some of them look like one and not necessarily, or look like one or another when they're something else. Any questions? Doing great so far? All right.
As easy as you can on Monday.
On a Monday?
So,
yes.
would we just plug the function into the
Timing code? Yeah. Oh, into main? Well, you have to, remember, you have to get that timing code so you can generate actual time, right? Or how long each I value took.
Right.
Right.
So we're going to have to copy that from the
Yeah.
lesson that we did.
Correct. So I have 04 timing examples, and I am going to push this when class is over. But here's the main right here, and there's also other places you can copy this from as well. But I highly recommend you just copy paste this in and start messing with it. There's no need to reinvent the wheel here. All right, so far so good. All right. Any other questions?